I need a new diamond pickaxe, and I am poor. So, naturally, I'm gonna go to extreme lengths. That's right, today I am making a super drill with 25 separate drills. This thing is gonna get me rich. I'm gonna get so much ores and diamonds, and I can finally create my new pickaxe. So, what I'm going to need is a cart assembler, which is a really cheap recipe. Let me just grab what I need. So basically, what this thing allows me to do is create contraptions on top of minecarts. So let me get it set up real quick. Okay, so pretty much how these things work is I place a minecart on a rail, then I place the cart assembler on top of it. Then what I can do is I can just kind of build a contraption on top, and I can just like glue pieces together, and when I activate it with the lever, it all becomes its own contraption, like a minecart. So if I can like extend the rails, and I can push it, and this whole thing just kind of moves with it. So pretty much I'm just gonna mount all 25 of these drills on top of the front of one of these, and it'll just be a super drill machine. So let's get going on that. Extreme lengths have been reached. I have finished the contraption. So pretty much what it does, all of these drills will all work together to make a huge, really long tunnel. And then these here are to create to create the rail for the minecart to travel on. So this thing will place cobblestone here just in case there's any empty blocks there. Then this will place rails right here for the minecart to travel on. It's a minecart with a furnace, so I can just power it with coal. And then this plow will scoop up the mine rails behind it. So pretty much it can just go on forever. And then everything that these drills mine will end up in these barrels. Because like pretty much when I turned this whole thing into a contraption, it all just kind of becomes its own thing, and all the inventory space is shared between it. So when it mines something, it just goes into the inventory space, which is just these barrels. And then when I turn it back into into blocks, I would be able to access the inventories, the barrels pretty much. So what I can do is I could just click this lever, and everything moved around, which means that it worked. And I just crouch and pick it up, and I just have the entire thing right here in my hand. So it's all very portable, um, all very awesome. So let's go give it a test. So I am down in the caves at y equals 8. If you're wondering what all this noise is, it is my andesite generator here. Um, this is it working. I don't think I've shown it before, but it's just a big contraption, kind of cool. It smelts it all, goes into the elevator. But anyways, what I pretty much do is I just set the minecart down right here. Oh, that's the wrong way. Oh no. Oh. Um. Well, it works. So all I need to do is power this minecart with some coal, and it should start going. Oh yes. Well, what is that? So yeah, I'll just let this go for a little bit, and then we'll see what we get. All right, I finished up the mining run. Disaster kind of struck, and there was an incident with lava destroying some stuff, but it's all fixed up, and let's see what we've got. So, what? Oh, there's a kind of ore that drops random things. So these are my earnings, and also this stuff, which I just kind of picked up afterwards. 12 diamonds, pretty good. So I'm gonna go do some more trial runs, and then I'll update you after that. Okay, I am back after fairly short a fairly short mining trip, or where I filled up all my barrels. So let's see what's inside. All right, all right. 7 diamonds. 26 diamonds. All right, I got 33 diamonds in total just from doing two different tunnels from this thing, and a ton of cobblestone, which I'm gonna dispose of because I do not want any of this stuff. Um, and then there's some other pretty cool stuff too. The random ore dropped lots of, well, random things. Uh, Nether salad, Greek Corinthian column base. And they have like it also dropped this tech tables, which is actually really cool. I have no idea what it does, but like it's really futuristic, and I kind of like it. But it doesn't really fit in with my factory, so I don't know where I'm gonna put this. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna dispose of all this stuff, and then what I'm going to do is make some modifications to this forge right here, because if I look into the recipe thing, right now what I'm doing is washing, which converts one dust into potentially two ingots or two nuggets. Um, but what this smelter in front of me does is it converts it from one to three, so I get a slightly more. But the unfortunate thing is it does cost fuel, so I will have to go and grab some fuel from underground because it is running kind of low. But I've pretty much right now just been melting copper and zinc into brass right here. You can kind of see it mix a little bit. I've just been trying to stockpile on brass because I'm starting to get ready to build my brass factory up there. Maybe in a couple episodes. Alright, so let me get those items transferred and this thing modified. And I might just scrap this because, I don't know, this thing is just really, really slow. And, this one will do me a lot better. So, let's do it. Okay, I have made the modifications in order to use this machine. So I put this up in the chest. They get milled down in these millstones. And then they get inserted into this forge through this seared chute. Then they'll get melted down into nuggets and stuff. And then they'll come out of this spout and get made into the bars. This is kind of what I got in here somewhere. So in this chest, I've put all the things that I've collected from that small mining trip. And if I put them in here, then you can see that they start getting ground up, and they're just piling in here at a really fast rate. So, yeah, this thing is pretty cool. But it's sucking up lava a ton, which is unfortunate, but what are you gonna do? Then it should be coming out here soon. Yep, if I click it, it comes out. And yeah, this thing is pretty nice. Next, I want to do something with these diamonds. I need a new pickaxe. So, let's craft some stuff. Hello everybody, welcome to my Create Above and Beyond playthrough, where today it is episode 7, I believe, and today I am rich. So in this episode, my main plan is I'm just going to do kind of small things that will just be really big in the future. So firstly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this power station and this power station to the basement. Because they're just kind of big here, or they just take up so much space and they look terrible. So I'm gonna move them to the basement where they won't ever have to be seen again. And then my second plan for today is I'm going to create a rubber factory here. And the way I create rubber is by taking one of these machines and sticking it next to a tree. And these create resin, and resin can be put into a container right here and smashed into rubber, which I just need to smelt, and it turns into cured rubber. And that will, help me make a lot of cool stuff, including conveyor belts, which I need a lot for my factory. So I am wanting to make more of these precision mechanisms, and to do that, I'm going to need a lot more electron tubes. So what I normally would do is I would take this sandpaper, and I would, rub it on this rose quartz that I have. But these sandpapers are like very not durable at all. And later on in the future, I'm gonna be needing the sandpaper a lot, to create the polished rose quartz. So what I'm going to do is take this sandpaper and put an Eternal Stella on it. This is just something that I found in a chest, and this is like a legendary item. So pretty much what I do is I go to the smithing table, put the sandpaper in, and put the Eternal Stella in, and I get sandpaper, and it has indestructible on it. It means it can't break. It will take no durability, which is just amazing. So I do that, and now I have infinite uses on this sandpaper. And that may have been a waste, but I would have needed to do it anyways, unless I wanted to craft hundreds of sandpapers for in the future when I automate precision mechanisms. Because I will need to sand a ton of this rose quartz, and just getting this already will just be useful for now. So let's get sanding. Okay, I dug this area with my minecart contraption. So I'm planning on putting all the generators on this wall. I'll probably layer them twice, so that there will be two layers of them spinning like this. So just tons and tons of them. And so what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to mine this wall back a little bit further, like maybe back to here, so that I can have two different rows. So I'm going to dig a tunnel along here in these directions, and then pretty much I'm going to place my minecart rails on them, and then I can place my minecart contraption once I'm done, like kind of like this, and it will just mine it all out in this 5x5 area, which will be perfect for what I'm wanting. You can kind of see the drill's already mined this layer. So I will continue digging the tunnel to the desired length, and then I'll start moving up all the generators. Alright, so now I'm going to come to this crafting station, and I'm going to craft all of the ones that I can. I'll just do 38 of them. And I take them downstairs. So I place them all like this, and then I'm going to place another row like this. So pretty much what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig out this center spot and fill it with soul sand, so that it's like a bubble elevator. So the bubble elevator pushes these up, and then the water will flow around and then come back down and around. And that will be the most efficient way of getting the power. So this is going to take quite a bit of building, and I'm going to need some soul sand and just lots of preparations. So I'm going to go finish that up, and then I'll show you what it looks like afterwards. Okay, power source is complete. I got it fully running at full efficiency, and this is kind of what it looks like on the side. So the soul sand pushes the water up, and it flows here, down this way, and then this direction. And each wheel is producing 320 stress units, which is quite a lot more than the ones that are working upstairs. And it's because I have soul sand, which helps a ton. So pretty much now what I need to do is connect these two power sources together, and then I need to connect to all of the upstairs things up here. Then I can remove this one and get everything all connected up. So this whole thing right here produces 10,240 stress units, which is insane because the one up there only produces 2,000 and is nearly full. The only issue with this is that it's the wrong speed. The one upstairs is 16 rotations per minute, and this one is 20. And the reason that's a problem is because lots of my things rely on timing, like this elevator. So I need to get it down to 16 RPM, and I can't really do that with gears because of their very specific ratio. So what I'm going to need is a gear controller, and that is going to use a brass machine. And if you don't remember, these things are extremely expensive and hard to obtain. So this is going to be a huge sacrifice. But I put it into the stonecutter, and I get this rotation speed control. And now, pretty much, if I go downstairs, I can connect it right here, and then put a gear right here. And now I can just control the rotation, or the amount of speed that this thing is moving. So like right now it's moving at 20, and I can like go it all the way to 256, and this thing is just flying. But I want it to go down to 60. Um, and now I just need to connect it to upstairs. So I'm gonna need to find a place to do that. Okay, all of the power is hooked up across my base, and I've removed all of the previous power stations. And man, this this place looks really empty. Like this floor, and then the floor above too. It all just looks kind of empty. And so today I'm planning on filling this space right here with the rubber farm. So I'm pretty much gonna build like an orchard, like right around here somewhere, and a bunch of those machines that extract the resin will be here, and it'll all filter into a tank, and then it'll be pumped up a pipe that goes into the base. So I'm gonna get started on that now. So this area here is just kind of too like hilly for my needs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my minecart contraption to clear some space. So all I really need to do is just place these things here, place it there, and then all I really need to do now is mine a couple grass blocks here. Now all I need to do is just give it a piece of coal. Okay, so I have lots of the area cleared up. I'm gonna be covering this stone with dirt. It's gonna be kind of a process, so I'm gonna just kind of be spreading it out throughout the episodes. And then like mining the rest of this too. Don't mind the armor stand. Um, but anyways, I've kind of got an orchard growing right here. I'll just speed it up with some bone meal. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is place these arboreal extractors all on these trees. They're all going to start extracting some sap from these trees. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect them all up with pipes. That will go into a fluid tank here. And then so once I give this some power, it will all of the sap will flow into this fuel tank, and then I'm gonna route it into the factory so that I can start processing it into rubber. Alright, so I connect up power here. The gear starts spinning, and now you can see all of the sap coming through. And it will all start coming in here and filling up this tank. Pretty quickly, to be honest. Because there's, a lot of this resin going through. So now I'm going to take this resin and pipe it back around here. And then into a fluid tank right here. So, long journey, but it's all worth it. As we slowly watch this fluid container fill up, this is a good time to end the episode. I am unfortunately out of time, but next episode, I will finish up this resin thing, and I don't know, I have some surprises. So, thank you all so much for watching. Making this episode has been really fun. We've accomplished quite a bit of cool things. If you want to see more content like this, please subscribe. There will be more to come. And thank you all so much for watching. See ya later.